come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Let's speed it up. Come on in the room. Whoa, come on in the room. Yeah, we got so much to talk about. So won't you come on in the room? Come on. So sorry I didn't do that last time. And so sorry for my tardiness. My last live went a bit long. Of course, it went long because where's my shea butter? God, I'm telling you, living in a house full of women, your stuff will get got. Because I don't be using this Jergens. That's the one to get hot. Anyway, so it went a little long, and I do apologize. I thought I gave myself enough time to talk about the show, but girl, at the end, you know what happens. Those last few comments, we got a lot to discuss. Anyway, how are you guys doing? How are you guys doing? Next week is the season finale for SWV and Xscape, and thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. I mean, so sorry. I meant to do this off camera. Ooh. Let me tell you something. Nobody gets me right like Pat McGrath. Ooh. Guys, I'm happy. It needs to happen. These ladies, I didn't do this either. Walking around without a scent. These ladies are too old for the mess and for the drama. I feel like I've seen people in a way I should not have seen them. Latasha, this was the worst thing that you and Rocky could have ever done. But I feel like if and when they get a season 2, you're going to come back for this mess. You're going to come back for this mess because you like the attention and Rocky like the money. And I'm telling you right now, prison is right after the next season. I'm telling you, y'all are being exposed for too much mess. Too much mess. Y'all are being exposed, girl. Get off this show. But I feel like you're going to come back for a season 2. A mess. A mess. A mess. Hey, all day finesse. Yes, ma'am, we in here. All day finesse and Latasha Scott on that live made a fool of herself. Pay your sister her MFing money. I mean, it's no coincidence that she did that live right after her sister came out with all those receipts. Bank documents. Prison. Whoo. Prison. All Day Finesse also said, I love how SWV collectively flipping a bird at Xscape when it comes to these song choices. Listen, Coco was right. We will get into it. Hey, basically Brittany said, and Chance lying about a job, then instead of job hunting, he at the bar drinking and losing money on them slot machines while his wife at home with a newborn and 3 other kids running amok. My thing is, Taylor, you didn't see this coming? The youngest did. Your youngest child did. Your youngest child did. Hey, it's UV. Hey, Nathaniel. How are you? What's up now? Beck, you sure did. We're back. We had a good time. We had a good time in that Love is Blind live. We had a good time, which is why I hope that we can watch it live. So, guys, if I think I'm at like 583 followers. I call them followers on TikTok. If I could get to 1,000, then I could do a live. And the reason why I want to do a live on TikTok is because I can watch Love is Blind, the reunion, live with you. I could watch like all shows live. It's just any other platform right now will take my video down and I won't be able to watch it with you guys. So I'm trying to watch the Love is Blind season finale live with you guys on TikTok. So if you can, please follow your girl at Nikki.Star. I thought I had my TikTok up here. I thought I had the TikTok up here. No, I just have my Instagram. Let me see. Let's see where we're at. I'll be I'm at 594 now. Yay. I'll be better about my posting over there. I promise. I promise. 594. It's just like, look, guys, so much stuff is happening. I can't talk about any of it, but when I can, you will understand why I'm always gone. But we will absolutely watch that show, and any show that I can watch it live with you guys. It will be better for me to watch it live with you guys because the way the schedule is going, girl, who knows? Foxy One said, "Hey, Nikki and Star fam, wait, and Mama Star, just in case she in the background." She might come in for Love at the Lockup. We'll see. We will see. Hey, sup, people? Soodaloo. Welcome back. Hey, Kathy. Kathy said, "I'm happy there's only one episode left." Yeah, it's time. It's time. Oh, that's how you have to spray. What a lot of you, I was going to say one, but a lot of you sent me Rihanna's video of her spraying perfume. And I'm like, well, y'all be talking about me spraying my scents. I'm like, y'all don't do this? If my shirt is not drenched, my shirt or dress, whatever I'm wearing, if it's not drenched, I didn't spray my body correctly. Like, that's how you're supposed to do it. And somebody wrote in the comments of that Rihanna video, that's why everybody says that she smells so good. Yes, you're supposed to spray perfume like that. Was I the only one that had a praying grandmother that showed me how to spray body scents and perfume on my body? Was it just me and Rihanna? Blue Jay, I don't know. Because in that live that we talked about last episode, Tasha said that her and her husband have an open marriage. Now listen, there are a lot of gospel artists who are in open marriages, but we don't know about them. We do not know. The general public does not know about that. Pastors and bishops too, and deacons. You know what I mean? There are a lot of people in the gospel world in Christendom who are in open marriages, but that's like a secret, right? So when she said that, I think that Tasha was saying that out of emotion and trying to make herself look better in the situation, because it's easier to say, oh, we're in an open marriage, so I knew about the mistress and the baby, right? It's a sister wife situation. It's a lot easier to say that than to be like, I found out that not only he had a mistress and a baby the same time the rest of the world did. It's a lot easier to say that, but I think in trying to save face, she, probably damaged her gospel deal that she stole from her sister. Ciao. Basically, Brittany said, shame, Latasha. It's so sad, but I feel like that man got a hold on her. And they've been together since she was like a teenager. Lord knows how old he was when they got together. Oh my gosh, guys, it's not as bad as Atlanta, but because LA has been raining a lot, the cactus flowers that's on my balcony, if you've seen like my Instagram videos, you've seen the cactus flowers. They are growing ridiculously. And because they are growing, I'm starting to get these little flies. I see one, like you can't keep them out of here. Oh my gosh. It's not Atlanta, so I'm not complaining. Priscilla said SWB. Oh, we will talk about that. But they said on Sherry Shepherd's show that they kind of regret doing a show with them. Yikes. I understand. We will get into it. Now Beck said we in for a good live when Nikki goes the Bath and Body Works spray. I know that's right. Oh, strawberry pound cake. I have, what is it? We're in April. I have one more month left of strawberry pound cake, and then I'm fully going into cucumber melon and champagne toast. And then when we get into June and July, I got my strawberry soda one, and I got one more. What is that? It's a strawberry soda. And is it a watermelon candy? It's another one. But for the summer, I always like to smell sweet, right? Before the summer, I like to smell like fruit. I like to smell like fruit. I hope that helped you, Aisha. Hey, Connie. Mom 383 said Latasha's Gucci belt, Mama. I just want to see. Y'all are a mess. Megan said, I miss the Love is Blind live, but I'm here for this one. Tasha and Rocky shenanigans aren't just affecting Tamika. Now the whole group is affected because of the kickbacks. A mess. A mess. What's up, Visual Taste? We might get it. We might get it. Baby, did you know it was a secret baby out there? I feel like, real quick, I feel like that secret baby might have some melanin. I feel like that secret baby is a person of color because why you hide that one? Out of all them illegitimate kids you got, why you hide that one? Either the baby is a person of color or the baby has some kind of disability, right? I don't see him embracing a child who is not is it handy capable? It's because I feel like I don't feel like that's it. But I don't think that he will be. I don't think that he will embrace a child who has some form of disability. I don't think he would, right? Or if the child has melanin. But I think it's one of those. Because why aren't you parading around that kid? Like the rest of the ones are illegitimate too. You parade them around, but not that one. Ciao. Ciao. Hey, realities. Say, hey, Nikki, what's up? What's up, Breezy with the fro? Foxy one said, yes, girl, spray, spray, spray. Ah. Hey, Rocky. Rocky said, hi, Nikki, hi, Star fam. If there is anything these reality shows will do, it's expose celebrities dealing with money schemes. Also, are you excited for the Drag Race finale? Absolutely. Sasha better win. Like if Sasha doesn't win, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I do not know what to tell you. I don't know. I haven't heard any spoilers. So we will see. We will see. Blue just said, I'm an excessive person. I use a lot of things. If the shirt ain't drenched, then it's not enough. Every layer of clothes. Come on. Come on. Come on. Spency said there's a spray you can put on your plants so that they don't get flies or bugs. But see, I don't want to invest in that, right? Here's why. Those aren't my plants. That's this apartment's thing. They did that. And they put them plants on my balcony and I ain't say nothing. I feel like I should though. Because that's a lot of space that those plants take up. I feel like I should say something. I don't feel like doing all that. That's not mine. That's not mine. Was I, guys? Y'all did y'all not hear them 34 indictments? One of them was for paying off the I'm talking about toupee. Why did I do this? I'm talking about the toupee president. Well, he is giving this. He's putting on a little bit too much tanner. That toupee president, him. I'm talking about him. Y'all ain't read that indictment? 34 counts. One was for paying off that doorman. $30,000 to pay off a doorman to hide his secret baby. Ciao. Ciao. Oh, very varied abilities. Thank you. I knew there was a proper term. I feel like I was using an outdated term, and I do apologize. Thank you so much, realities. Breezy with the Fro said the best scent for the home is champagne. Cheers by Glade. Oh, I like that. I'm obsessed. I'm legit about to start spraying their air freshener spray on myself and body. Oh, wow. Champagne cheers. Oh, I love the branding for this. Oh, I'm gonna check this out. I'm gonna check this out because I gotta do a little Target run tonight too. I'm gonna check this out. Thank you, Breezy. Let me get two more and then let's get into it. Hey, Black Lavender. Miss T said, if at any time I can't smell myself, it's not. That's why I wish that Bath and Body Works would come out with a smaller version of all of their scents because they only do it for a few. And I also would love if they would make the larger ones if we could open the larger ones, because sometimes I want to carry my favorite scent around, but you don't have a smaller scent of my favorite scent, and then you don't have the bottles that I could put it in, the Bath and Body Works bottles that I could put it in. I got to use my own stuff, and I don't feel like that. I want to use the smaller version of this, but I got to get my own bottles. If you know where I can find some small perfume bottles, because I was able to find some perfume bottles, but they're really big and they're like vanity decor. I want like a smaller, like empty perfume bottle that I can fill up. I would love to do it with that. They're getting out of hand. Too big, baby. And I feel like some of them gonna stick. Ciao. But that's the thing. Megan said the crazy thing is that most of the council don't have anything to do with the election. Yes, but he's getting charged again. That's one DA. It's another DA that got him for something else. And that right there, when that hits the timeline, ciao. Blue Jay said, Nikki, do a live about the court document. I would, but I just do not want to attract that scum that follow him over here. I just don't. I don't. That's why I stay out of I stay out of court stuff, and I stay out of true crime. I told y'all I was going to do it, and then I saw. Let me just say this. I know y'all love the lady that do the makeup and talk about true crime. I'm saying, as for me in my house, it made me uncomfortable. So I'm staying out of that. I'm staying out of that and the court stuff. I absolutely wanted to talk to you guys about the Megan Thee Stallion case, but I just saw what was happening with the people who talked about it, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The devil's spawn is not finding me. So I just stay out of stuff. I stay out of that mess. Absolutely not. Hey, Shancy, how are you? Thank you. From one beauty to another. Some people said you can get metal travel bottles. Metal. Ooh, I want glass. Like the hard glass or acrylic. Or acrylic. I want that. Okay. Jazzy said they're called small atomizers. I use them to travel all the time. Smaller atomizer. I hope I'm saying that right. Oh, thank you. This is what I was looking for. I think it might be a little too small, but if I get a bunch, I'm good. Thank you. See, this is a closed mouth don't get fed. Thank you, Jazzy. Thank you. Tracy said, Nikki, we need you to stick to the Hollywood tea, and that I will, as much as I can talk about. I'm like, everybody going crazy over New York. Y'all ain't heard what Georgia got. Yikes. Great, because I'm going to Ulta to get my Cosrx. So I'm good. We're going to end with Tia B and then get into the review. Hey, Tia. Tia said, hey, Nikki in chat. Sorry I'm late. Tia, you're right on time. Let's get into it. We're first going to start off with Xscape at SWV. What I need from you is not another season. Y'all are embarrassed, and do you know we see you? Okay, so the Scott sisters, they finally make up, but I mean, I'm not surprised that they made up and was able to get back together. I feel like this is their relationship. I feel like this is unfortunately their toxic sister relationship. I feel like Tamika and Latasha fight and fall out all the time, and then they make up for a minute, and then they fight and fall out all the time. And I think a lot of their fallouts have been Tamika establishing independence from Latasha. I think when they were much younger, Latasha could rule over her, but I feel like especially now, right? that Tamika is just finding her voice and getting her own independence. And unfortunately, I think that came from the relationship with her daughters. Because when Tamika talks about the issues with her family, she always has her daughters there who are supporting her. And I think when her daughters became of age and started to see what was happening with their mom and started to support her in a way that her mother and her sister never have, she finally was able to get the strength to speak for herself and stand on her own 2 feet and stand her ground and not allow them to bulldoze her like they have been. And I said it's unfortunate because for her daughters to have to step in to protect their mom, no child should have to be in that place, right? Especially when you're protecting your mom from your grandmother and your aunt. That's a really tough place to be in. But I think that that is the reality of the situation and the reality of a lot of situations with parents who are in toxic families. Their children are the ones who are able, who, sometimes protect them and are able to give them a voice and speak to them and encourage them and uplift them and say, this is not love. You should not be treated like this. And that's when the parent is able to really see it for what it is, especially when it's something that is affecting their children and their relationships with their family. So I think that's where she got her strength from her daughters who are now older and they're able to speak freely and step in and protect their mom respectfully. Because she did say, I don't want them to disrespect my mom or my sister. And when I did watch a few of her videos, the daughters were very respectful, but they were also just like, this is not okay with what is happening to my mom. And I'm finally glad that I can speak on it. So I think with her having that support now, also from her husband, just having that support to just be like, you know what, even if I have to lose you guys in this situation, I still have a family, I still have a home. So I think that is what has given her the strength to speak out. And now she's speaking out more because she has the love of not just her fan base, SWV's fan base and Bravo's fan base. All of these people are loving her, rooting for her, cheering for her. They were rooting and cheering for her when she was on Watch What Happens Live. Like, she is someone who is the literal embodiment of when it's your time, when it's your season, nothing in hell can stop you. Because my God, today, the way everything is working out in Tamika's favor, baby, phenomenal layout for her. Heaven gave her a phenomenal layout. And I'm really happy for her. I'm really, really happy for her because she's able to open up and speak on all of these things and feel protected. I think she didn't feel protected before, but now she does. So I like I was saying before, I think this is the relationship. They fall out all the time. And I think they make up all the time because Tamika initiates a makeup. But now we're in a space where Tamika feels protected and supported. So she's not doing that anymore. So I do think, unfortunately, if we get a second season, we'll see an even stronger Tamika, especially now that she knows that she'll be going into the season with so much support. And I'll watch for that alone. But I won't watch Tasha go to prison. Girl, don't come back. Do not come back. So in this episode, Coco and Candy sit down and they sit down with I forgot his name. Whoever that guy was that was giving the running order of the show. So they sit down with him and they're letting Coco know, right? They're letting Coco know how the show is going to go. This is my understanding. I thought this is my understanding. I thought that they were coming together to do a tour. It feels like from watching the show that SWV is auditioning to be Xscape's opener, right? Because if you are meeting to talk about the run of the show, why is Candy and this guy telling Coco what the lineup is going to be, right? It was not, and I get Coco feeling some sort of way because it wasn't like it was going to be a discussion. He says, so we're going to open with this, and this is what's going to be in the middle, and this was going to close. Like, you're telling her what it is. It wasn't even anything at the table like, okay, we have to do the running order of the show. What's everybody's suggestions? Let's talk about it, and then let's put it down on paper and send it off to the music producer, right? the show's music producer. That wasn't the conversation. The conversation was, this is what we're doing. So Coco had to be like, no, I don't like that. No, I'm not okay with that. And then Candy says, oh, this is who you've always been. And I'm like, Candy, if the tables were turned, wouldn't you feel some sort of way? It just seemed extremely disrespectful to say, oh, this is what we're doing. And the minute she has an opposition, all of a sudden she's being a problem, right? But when Xscape is having the same conversations, it's business. But when Coco is having it, she's being problematic. So it was just really weird to me that that is the stance that Candy was taking. When I'm just like, first of all, she's right, and second of all, I would feel some sort of way too. Like, this wasn't a discussion. You were telling her what y'all were doing, and so she had to be like, no, that's not okay. That's too slow. Like, she was making sense. Like, the show was slow. She was just like, oh, it's just going to be really slow in the middle. And you don't want to do that. You need to keep the audience going. Give us a few ballads, but you also got to give us songs that'll make people want to get up. Your audience is a bit older. You can't have them older people sitting down for too long. We're going to fall asleep. Let me tell you, 9 p.m., I'm drifting. It's almost a lot of our bedtime. You know what I mean? Like, and I know, because me and my mama, we're going to go to that concert, right? I know that if I'm getting sleepy around 9 p.m., my mama's knocked out, right? So you got to get people up and jumping. Don't let them sit down for too long. Don't let them sit down for too long, because I feel like the youngest person that probably goes to this concert is probably 30, and I'm being real generous, because I feel like my generation was the ones that listened to these songs like on Saturday, right? Yeah, this was a Saturday cleaning songs, right? So this is the songs of our childhood. But I feel like baby millennials, not really. They probably listen to SWV and Xscape at the cookout or something. Maybe at somebody, their elder, the geriatric millennial sisters or cousins skating party. But that's about it, right? So I'm just like, you gotta keep everybody up. Don't let them sit down for too long. So I agree with Coco on that. And I didn't think that she was being difficult. I don't know. I just don't understand where Xscape is coming from a lot of the times watching this show. Like, I just do not get why they are treating SWV like this when they are pretty much. I will say this, I did not know that SWV sold more records, right? Or had more albums or whatever, or had more spins, and still have more spins currently. I didn't know that until SWV put that out. But I will say, I felt like they were equal girl groups back then and now. So I just don't understand why Xscape is taking this stance as if SWV is so beneath them. I really hope that they're taking You came too far. You came too close. So I really don't understand why Xscape is treating SWV like this. I don't get it. I do not get it. And then taking the shots at them, like Tiny is talking about their outfits and how they wore overalls and flats and kitten heels and all of this stuff, and they have like such better costuming. And this comment came because all the ladies came together to look at what their clothing would be for the tour. This is another thing that confused me, because I'm like, okay, yet again, SWV is getting the costume designer for the tour. They also are taking over pretty much everything. So I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, SWV. I get you and how you're feeling, but you got to contribute as well. It seems like SWV is doing everything. So I'm like, is it their tour? Was that not the discussion? I don't understand, because where are your people? Where's your costumer? Where is your musical director? Where is your stage manager? It seems like Xscape is doing everything. So although you don't like how they're talking to you or treating you, what are you bringing to the table for this tour aside from your talent? Because it seems like they're doing everything, especially Candy. So I'm like, is there another member from SWV that wants to contribute in some kind of way as well? Because I didn't kill him. You know what? It's Holy Week. I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live. So I get their SWV's frustration, but I'm just like, it seems like they're doing all the work. And I know how I am in a group project. I hate doing everything. But if I'm doing all the work, you can't say nothing to me. You can't say nothing to me. So I need to know what is going on because I feel like Xscape is bringing all of their people to do the work. So if you don't want to be an opening act, then you got to contribute like the people that want to be the opening act. That's just me. That's just my opinion. Fight everybody else. Don't fight me. So that's like where I'm coming from with that, right? Although I don't agree with how Xscape is treating SWV, I just also, from what I have watched, I have not seen how SWV has contributed in the production of this tour like Xscape. So anyway, they go and meet with the costume designer for Xscape. And SWV, I think they're all being very cordial, but they're not agreeing on some things. And so Tiny and our professional takes a shot at what they wear. And I'm just like, I have to be honest with you. I haven't seen, until recently, any outfits that SWV and Xscape have wore that I feel like they could be shading each other. I don't feel like it. I got to be honest. It all looks like you guys rated a Ross. Let's be real, like not even a TJ Maxx. So nobody is really eating in their costuming for their tours, right? Now, the stuff that they're putting out recently, like SWV just released some promo pics, and they look great. Whoever's working with them, they've done a great job. But let's just be real. Everybody looked like they rated a Ross in a North Philadelphia shopping center, right? So I don't feel like neither one of them should be shading each other in that aspect. But it seems like, in my opinion, Xscape has an overinflated sense of reality. It's so crazy. Like, I give both of the groups their flowers, but I'm just like, you keep on talking down to SWV. Like, people don't see y'all as equals. I don't think they see themselves as equals with SWV. And that's so crazy to me because I would have never thought that. I would have never expected Candy to be talking the way that she is talking about SWV. I would have never called it because I see those groups as equals, in my opinion. Now, are we bringing TLC into the mix? Okay, it's a different conversation. Are we bringing Dream into the mix? Okay, we could talk about numbers with Dreams. They had one good hit. They probably would have did more, but did he just? Ooh. He screwed them over, but they had a hit. They still have a hit. I still run that. He ain't got his hands tied. Don't you can bite your cherry lips. Try to tempt him with a sweet kiss. You can bet your pretty eyes. He ain't got his hands tied. That was my group. Who are not a Toby to do what he wants. He's into what he's got. He loves me. He loves you not. Anyway, I feel like if we're talking about Xscape and Dream, all right. You could take your little shots at them, but I feel like Xscape and SWV are equals in my opinion. And that's so weird that Xscape just looks down on SWV. I'm like, really? The ladies are saying weak, which should absolutely close the show. Are you kidding me? Everybody is going to be singing that song. I love Understanding, but you better close that show with Weak. Are you kidding me? We're all going to be standing up. Men, women, and children, security guards, concession stand workers. We're all going to be singing that. Blood suns are rising, feel my veins. We're all going to be singing that. Not everybody is going to be singing Understanding. We got to be real. I'm so disappointed in Xscape. I'm so disappointed. I cannot believe we are here. Anyway, I will say that the costume designer, very talented individual. I feel like you are dressing these older women. I'm not saying you need to be dressing them like, they're senior citizens. I am not saying that. But not everybody needs to be in a bodysuit and tights. Lord, I love Beyonce. I hate that she introduced bodysuits and tights to this generation of artists. My God, to this, or people coming back out. I hate it because everybody does it. Please release us from the bodysuits and tights. Please. Y'all could put on some pants and still eat. Not everybody should be in a bodysuits and tights. It should not be. Y'all could do a cute dress, cute little bodycon dress if that's what you want to do. There's nothing wrong with a little flared pant. You could still look cute. You don't got to look like you just stepped out of a Spiegel, but you could look nice. You could, wait, does Zach Posen still do? Is he still creating? Christian Siriano will get y'all right. Oh, do y'all have the budget for him? Let me, Xscape does, according to Tiny. Craziness. And why are y'all going to the same costume designer? Why are y'all wearing the same thing? Are y'all a super group or are y'all individual groups? It's not making sense to me why they are meeting with this guy. Where's SWV's costume designer? It's weird. It's so weird to me. Let's get into this because we had a little brawl about this my last review. Instagram, Twitter, TikTok does not equal YouTube subscribers, does not equal ticket sales to your concert. If it did, you would never have to be on a lineup with other artists from the 90s to sell out a show. Stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. Tiny and Candy, no shade. Y'all too big to keep on bringing this up at business meetings with fellow adults. Well, I got a lot of TikTokers. We got over 1 million, 7 million Instagram. Who cares about that? Who cares? Your audience is not on Instagram. Now, if y'all would have told me y'all got 20 million Facebook likes and followers, then okay, because your community largely is on Facebook. But you're talking about Instagram and TikTok. Here come Mama Star.
The impersonations is killing.
You're talking about. I love Tiny, but what are you talking about?
What?
We got 7 million.
What?
Who cares? That does not mean that those people are.
They are people. And they gonna come.
That does not mean. Yeah, that does not mean that those people are going to come to the concert. And I love you, Tamika, but I could not believe that you got into that conversation. And I feel like you're working on your confidence, so I'm gonna let it go. But for you to sit there and say that because
how many dollars do you got, Nick?
That because Candy and Tiny have millions of Instagram followers that you can. Mom, I'm gonna put you out of here. That because Candy and Tiny have millions of Instagram followers, you are beneath them. No, you are not. No, you're not. No shade. No shade. No shade. But how many are bots? Let's talk about it. A lot of them celebrities use bots. Check them Kardashian numbers. Bots. Bots. Because it don't make no sense. You got all them Instagram and TikTok and all them followers and subscribers, and you're not selling out shows on your own.
What they got?
You're not selling out stadiums like Bay. You got as much Instagram followers as Beyonce, and you're not selling out stadiums. Stop it. Stop it. I think one of them got 7 million or something like that. It's 7 million. Shout out to my country girl. I'm not making fun of y'all. My family from Savannah, Georgia. I'm not making fun of y'all. But I just think it's ridiculous. I just think it's ridiculous, especially as adult business women, to actually bring that to the table when you know that it does not correlate. When you know that those subscribers or whatever who are subscribed to you, who are following you from your Bravo show, are not watching you because you sing. They're watching you because they like to see you fight, coon, interact with people on reality TV. So if you're not doing that, they're not going to come and see you in a concert, especially if you are not always singing. Because let's be real, Tiny and Candy, that is not your brand on the show. Tiny and Candy on their shows are not singing all the time, are not showing us what kind of performers They are. They're just talking about, oh, I got my check. I got the y'all. That's all y'all saying, but you're not showing that to the audience so that they can know that that is a part of who you are currently today, and that will maybe want them to come to your concerts. But if you're not giving that, they're not going to come to your shows. You have to do that.
She talking about tip.
This show not
That's all
talking.
Tati talking
This
about
show, no. What show are you watching?
No, she loved tip.
No. What show are you watching? Because they act like he does not exist. Let me shut up because I live there. Let me shut up. Get my mama jumped. Absolutely not. Anyway.
She went to jail for tip.
What is this character? What is happening?
You put this out
You
of me.
get yourself together and sing. OMG. I agree with Coco, right? So Coco, all the ladies collectively after they met with the designer or whatever, then they started talking about the show and they couldn't agree which song would end. Xscape wanted Understanding, SWV wanted Weak, which I agree with, but they could not agree. And Coco was like, okay, well, let's just do separate sets then. I was like, that makes sense. Candy, I don't want to do that. And I'm just like, well, if y'all can't agree, then just do it separately, because it seems like you guys can't work together, but you can be on a co-headlining tour together and just do your thing separately. It happens all the time.
But guess what? I don't understand why they couldn't sing Understanding.
And then Weak.
And then Xscape come and help them sing.
Yes. It's just too many egos and not enough brain cells, which is why I'm so glad that Coco finally convinced her son to go to college, because from watching this show and just from, just seeing how older stars act, education is paramount. Knowledge is power. You have to have that, because it's just far too many adult women in this room not being able to make any sense. A college educated artist.
My baby is an artist, and she said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead on the corporate side.
Listen, education is paramount. And I just feel like their sense is just not, it's something missing. They needed that education. They needed to just be in them books, right? And not being booked. They need to be in them books, because I'm just like, how am I a viewer watching this and like just being able to see, oh, this can't work out, just do separate sets. Or if that doesn't work out, can't you just do Understanding, and then you all come together and sing it and close out the show?
But you gotta
what's happening here? What's going on? That's what I hope is happening. I really, really do hope that this is not who Xscape really is, and that we are just seeing them ghost producing, because I do hope if there's a second season, they can see where their flaws were and they can redeem themselves in a certain, in a better way. Because I will say this, when I started reviewing the show, I thought SWV was going to be the problem, because I remember their reality TV show and they were all chaotic except for Taj. They were all like Lily and Coco. They were extremely just chaotic. Lily was Sister Hot Coochie. Coco and Lily got lipo right before a show. They were fighting because they couldn't move. Like, they were just chaotic. Coco's attitude was nasty. If you think she's nasty on this show, baby, you need to watch that reality show that they had. They were awful. I thought that they were going to be the ones. I was walking into this expecting for Xscape to be the problem. Come to find out, it's Xscape. How so?
Because
now you've gone too far.
No, Natasha thinks that she's the one that could sing.
Well, no, Coco did admit that though. Coco said that she was a star. Yeah. Lila was like, she was acting like she was Beyonce. So we let her be Beyonce. Like, that's how she was acting.
But that's how Natasha is acting. Like, the group can't go without
Well, not anymore, Mom. She was on live and she repented and everything. Yes, she did. She's sorry. She is sorry. Anyway, let's talk about how SWV, I think today was on the Sherry Shepherd show, and Sherry, she was, Sherry's so sweet. She was like, Sherry was like, she was so heartbroken that they all cannot just get along. So Sherry asked SWV, she was just like, is there, are you guys going to be able to work together and really go on tour? And SWV, especially Todd, she was just like, we will do it, but we have to be equal. We have to be equal. Taj and Lily were doing a lot of talking. Coco was doing a lot of this.
That's Coco. But that's Coco. Because Coco, they want to convince Coco.
Her face says it all. So they were just basically saying they did not like how Xscape treated them, was looking down on them. And they were just like, for us to do it again, there has to be a respect and everything has to be equal. And I don't know why that is such a hard thing to ask for. But it seems like there won't be a tour. SWV is going on tour with another artist they haven't mentioned, but Lily did say, she was just like, I hope we can get it together because the fans will love to see something like that. But as of right now, they do not plan on going on tour with SWV, with Xscape, or filming another season. Okay. Crazy.
And I know Candy that loves the money, her and Tiny, I know they don't like that because another season will get them more check.
Well, I think that Candy and Tiny will bring it, especially Candy. I think she will bring it around.
Yeah, because Candy loves a check.
Okay, who doesn't? Speaking of,
I'm just saying, I can't.
Yeah, she's about the money.
I can't see her turning down another season just because we can't get along.
Well, especially if like this show is doing very well, so I feel like Bravo will convince all of them. But I hope they do not convince Latasha. Latasha, please. This is a 911. You and your husband cannot do this show anymore. Prison is in your future. Prison is in your future because this episode ends with Candy, Tiny, and Tamika confronting Tasha about Rocky getting a kickback from all of their shows. So somebody sent them Candy and Tiny a text message. I forget the dude's name, but it's somebody that they all work with. And he basically was saying that he has a text thread with Rocky, and Rocky says that he can convince, his wife is going to convince Candy to go on this tour, but he will only do it if the dude pays him $10,000. And he's involving Latasha in the whole conversation. So Tasha sits there and she's like, huh?
How do y'all know this is my husband?
My husband? Text message. Girl, you look guilty. You look guilty. This show is not for you. Get out of that group. Get out of Atlanta because they love locking up a celebrity. Girl, I'm serious. I was just like, oh, Tasha, you, your mama, and Rocky, y'all in danger. Y'all are in danger. I couldn't believe it. Latasha was like, my husband. What? Text? Let me see. And then she gonna get on the phone acting like she calling Rocky. No, I'm gonna call him. Girl, call your lawyer. Call your lawyer. This is, oh my God, this is bad. This is so bad.
Nikki, would you please leave me alone?
Huh?
What?
My husband. Girl, you going to prison. Jesus.
And the mother, they was living with the mother, so the checks was coming.
Child. Listen, on Tamika's YouTube video where she had bank documents of where somebody signed her name and it was not her who signed that. Fraud. Anyway, that's all I have to say about SWV and Xscape. Oh, Lord. Again, don't use Jen Shah's lawyer. No, all jokes aside, to me, Tasha, I wouldn't come back to the show. I don't think it's a good look for you. I don't think it's a good look for you, your husband, or your mama. I would not do this show again. The money ain't worth it. Don't let Rocky convince you. Don't let Rocky convince you. If you're thinking about doing another season, talk to Teresa Giudice.
She's gonna need money for her lawyer.
She can't do this show.
She needs money for her lawyer.
It's not worth it.
She needs a divorce immediately.
Pick up a shift or two at Home Goods. Do not go back on this show. I wouldn't do it. I would not do it.
Pick up a shift or two at Home Goods.
I wouldn't do it. Tracy said, we will fight until I get my 30K back. That's another thing. I would pay your sister back the 30K. It's just too much is out. And again, it is not up to your sister to press charges. It is up to the DA who watches this show if they want to prosecute you, your husband, and your mama for fraud, get off this show.
What she can
Get
do
off this show.
She has to turn state's evidence against him and say she did not know.
But she's his wife. Can't she
But
refuse
that's
that?
the only way. She can refuse to speak, but then she'll get some new bracelets.
Okay. So Steph said their mama reminds me of Evelyn Braxton, putting the kids in a mess with the husband. Yeah. And Tamika said that she said, because I look like my father, my mom treated me differently. This is so sad. Mellow Vibe said, I had to step in and protect my mom from being walked on by her big sister. Listen, that's what happens. It is always the daughters. Breezy with the Fro said, I still ain't watched the SWV Xscape show. I'm gonna catch up on one these days. You can just binge watch it. Megan said, child, if I was Tamika, every time I saw Rocky Latasha, it'd be on sight. Well, I think she just put it aside for what's best for her family.
No, when she was in that studio, you seen everything because she didn't say nothing to him.
She didn't.
And he was like, hello. And
she did say the relationship changed when he came into the picture, but he came into the picture when they were like teens.
No. This is a different thing. When she walked in there, she was like,
okay. I wish I could see her face. Nikki G said they were unfortunately taught that speaking up or disagreeing with her parents is considered disrespectful. It's not. It isn't. But you know how we are.
Well, I came up like that too, so I understand.
Yes, and it was toxic.
Yeah,
and it was toxic.
Don't talk about my mother.
TL said, I can't take any more of this toxicity. Child, one more episode. Yes, Foxy One. Don't.
You is understand.
She's still banned. Foxy One said, don't forget to like this video, Star Fam. Thank you. Basically, Brittany said, yes, please don't come back because sis, you one more video. I'm telling you, when Tamika showed them bank receipts, I was like, oh my gosh, somebody signed your name and handed it over to the bank. Get out of Georgia. Get out of Georgia. Oh, okay. So Steph said, talking about the guy Candy brought in, because he runs the protocols and coordinates the music with the graphics. Apparently SWV music person was there as well, but they edited him out. Okay. Thank you. I will also say this. Tiny and I think Candy was also talking about their production and how, the production of their shows are so elaborate and just amazing. But they showed clips from like the BET Awards and the Soul Train Awards. I'm like, y'all don't have clips from your actual shows? None of those clips was from those shows, guys. One was from the Soul Train Awards and one was from the BET Awards.
Maybe they couldn't get releases.
But you can get released from the BET Awards and not your own show?
You know what?
That's crazy. I will say this. Tia Bia said exactly. Candy always wants things to go her way. I will say I'm disappointed in this look that Candy has taken from for this show, because I've always seen her in a different light. However, I would love for her to bring this Candy to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. I feel like you got the messy in you. You're doing it with SWV. Let's take it to your show. So, because, a lot of people have been like, well, she doesn't really bring much, but she's bringing it on this show because we're seeing a more complex character, right? I would love for her to bring this Candy to the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Nikki G said, you're wrong about the guy, Steven, and Coco is a person who starts from a place of no. Well, I respectfully disagree. Shanty said, it doesn't seem like Xscape. It doesn't seem like Xscape doesn't want to compromise. It doesn't seem like Xscape doesn't want to compromise on anything. Shanty, did I get that right? Let me know. JP said, in combination of all the side jabs Xscape continues to take against SWV, it's weird. You would think Xscape had TLC's numbers. I'm telling you, I was very thrown off. Because I did think that this was going to be a show about sisterhood. And the reason, Mom, yeah, stop eating them tangerines. And I will say the reason why I thought that was because of the promo of this show. They were all like taking pictures together on the red carpet, hugged up, like on the red carpet, I guess. But I never expected it to go this way. Did you guys think that it would end this way? I did not expect this at all.
Do not fat shame me. The Star family will rally for me.
Nobody's fat shame. I said stop eating tangerines. You are giving me Love is Blind season 3. Keep it pushing. Candy, TL said, Candy is so used to being in charge of the girls, she doesn't know how to turn it off when it's a collaboration. I will say she did a whole 180. A whole 180 because she started this season being vindicated by how awful Latasha was. And then like she just started perking up in such a not nice way where I was like, again, I am shocked that Xscape is the problem and not SWV. I fully went into this after watching both of their reality TV shows thinking that SWV will be the problem. I'm just shocked. Oh, so stuff always. 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 Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, 20. I feel like anybody who grew up listening to them at like family events or things like that, or on Saturdays when it was cleaning, like it's whoever your parents, grandparents, cousins, babysitters, whoever, if they were listening to them at that time, you'll go. But I do feel like a lot of that audience, you cannot have them sitting for too long in the evening. Nikki G said, plus it's edited. Sis, Xscape is selling out shows sitting down. It's not a competition. They both are great. Yeah, I agree with you. I feel like you're trying to disagree with me. Is this Tiny? Let me know. Hey, Tiny. JP said, I figured it out. 90% of Xscape's career, they were known as, oh, really?
They were known as what?
The ugly girls who sang. This is their time to shine on folks. Xscape is masking their insecurities as being business. I will say, JP, not disagreeing with you. I didn't get that. I did not get that. But thank you for sharing your perspective.
Well, it was with all them big sets and all that.
But Mom, that was the time. Everybody dressed. Oh, yeah, that's a TV. Everybody dressed like that. So I don't think it was them like trying to hide their bodies. I mean, a lot of them hid their pregnancies with that stuff, but that was the 90s. Nisi said,
I know.
Nisi said, I'm so late and starting from the beginning, but Champagne Cheers does smell great. Bath and Body Works best scent, in my opinion, is Champagne Toasted Eucalyptus Rain. Oh, I love me some eucalyptus. I love me some eucalyptus. Tony said, what's everyone's top 3 girl groups of all times? I'm curious. I will say this, and I'm not even joking. TLC, Destiny's Child, and for me, it's a tie between Xscape and SWV. I've always seen them like equally. I don't know any other girl group. Oh, you're right. But see, I think of them as rappers. I mean, they're rappers, but would they be considered a girl group?
Yeah,
with 2 people? Would that be a group or a duo? Oh, Spinderella, maybe. So if we're going to include them, absolutely. So if we're going to include them, unfortunately, SWV and Xscape, I would have to knock you out. It would be TLC, Destiny's Child, and Salt and Pepper. Salt and Pepper and Spinderella.
Salt and Pepper's here. Salt and Pepper's here. And we're in effect.
Basically, Brittany said, I got an old soul, but yeah, we need to be up and dancing on our feet for about 3 songs, then throw in a melody, yes, of some slow jams. Then let's get back to the fun dance music back on our feet. Because let's be real, a lot of people are probably going to be coming from work, right? A lot of people are probably going to be coming from putting their kids down. You know, so you gotta keep us up. Tia Bia, ooh, Tia Bia fighting back. Xscape is not selling out on their own. They have like 6 different acts on tour with them. Girl, Tiny is in the chat. Be careful. Speaking of Tiny, sis, all Adele songs are slow. Why can't Xscape have an R&B concert? Did I say that? I didn't say that. So Seth said Xscape is also investing investing the majority of the money. Yeah, so I will say SWV, it's weird. It's weird that they're doing everything and you want a co-headline. But that nobody's bringing that up on the show. I would have said that.
But
I would have said that.
The money is a promoter.
Yes, but Mom, from what I have seen on the show, it looks like Xscape is doing all the work. They're bringing everything to SWV, but like, I just don't see.
No, Taj and Tamika.
Yes, but Mom, when you think of the showrunner, when you think of the music producer, when you think of the stage manager, the costume designer, like all of that, Xscape is doing. Xscape meaning Tiny and Candy. I have not seen SWV contribute in that way.
They are cutting them out.
Okay. They like, so when they met about the costume designer, SWV couldn't have brought their person as well or suggested somebody else.
Well, let's see, like they buy all
girl.
It seems like her son is doing that.
He loved that cutout shirt. He loves that. JP said SWV is in ATL on Xscape's turf. So since they were cool, they were okay with initially using Xscape's folks. Okay, that makes sense. But it just hasn't been discussed. It's very weird. But that does make sense, JP. Thank you. Tracy said, I also think the problem is SWV had management and Xscape didn't. Oh, so Xscape was talking to SWV about the thing that they should have talked to. There it is. That does make sense because I'm like, it was weird that they were having all of these conversations together. I thought that they were just doing this for the show, but now when we talk about management, that does make sense.
Candy the manager, Candy's mother, Mama Joyce, Tiny's mother, the manager, Rocky the manager.
Now, Nikki G, also known as Tiny, I agree. Be clear. Both groups need a stylist immediately. I absolutely agree. We found something we can agree on. Let me. Social Stuff said, Xscape isn't talking down to them. I just think you like SWV as a group more. Absolutely not. I love the both of them. I will be honest with you. I don't like the fact that I'm seeing them like this, specifically Xscape, because I'd never imagined them like that. But I do think that Xscape is talking down to SWV. And I'm taking that not just from the show, I'm taking that from their Twitter interactions, their YouTube shows that they're doing, and their podcast. That's what I'm taking from this. But yeah, I've never had them not on the same playing field. I've never felt differently about the other. I like them all. Now, if you're going to throw Destiny's Child in there, I'm like, well, I like Destiny's Child a bit more. So that would be a great conversation to have. But with SWV and Xscape, I'm telling you, I don't see a difference. That's what freaks me out about this. That's what freaks me out about the way like Xscape is talking about SWV, because I'm just like, who sees a difference? Not me. I don't see a difference. Hey, Bombshell Blurb. Bombshell Blurb said, I'm not hearing Xscape say they're better. They're just asking the business questions and talking about production quality, and everyone is getting in their feelings about it. Again, I am also I'm taking from the show. I'm taking from their social media interactions, and I'm taking from the things that they have said on their YouTube shows about SWV. So I didn't clear that up in the beginning. So that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm taking it from. That's what I'm taking from what they're saying about SWV. I feel like they're talking down about them. Mellow Vibes, my favorite song. To this day. 702 in total. Yes. Again, they are not on SWV and Xscape's level. Absolutely not. Great girl groups.
Damn.
I love Pam. Hey, Michelle. Michelle said it would be unfair for SWV to both open and close. So if they close with week, then Xscape has to open so they could switch the order around. I agree with that. I agree with that.
They need her on it.
The Bombshell Blur said, you got me singing Dream All Out of here. He ain't got his hand side. Me and my friends had choreography to that, if you couldn't tell. You know what? I can see it. I can see it. Megan said, Megan, there's shooters in here. Watch out. Megan said, Week is bigger than Xscape's whole catalog. Take it up with Megan. Take it up with Megan. Tia Via said, Week should be the closer because it's the biggest song of the two groups, slow or not. I agree. I agree. I agree. Hey, Valkyrie. Valkyrie said, I watch you on social media all day, but you got to be special to get my ticket money. Especially in this economy. This is the thing. When you have an older fan base, you have to make it worth their while, right? Because your older fan base is paying for daycare, mortgages, school loans, car notes, rent out the wazoo if they're living in New York or LA, or Atlanta. You know what I mean? Like outfits to come, hair, nails, lashes. That's all really expensive. You know what I mean? Gas still high, groceries hella high. So they're thinking about all that. If you have a younger fan base, which is normally what the social media fan base is, like those TikTok stars and all of that, the younger ones, they can get those people to come to those concerts, right? Because the parents are going to give them the money to go to that concert, right? But when you're the parent, you got to think about some things. So it's like, I don't understand how they don't understand that just because you have a lot of Instagram followers as an adult does not mean that you're going to get all those butts in the seats. Beyonce is the only one that can do that. Adele is the only one that can do that, right? But I feel like Xscape and SWV can't do that. And that's no shade. That's no shade. I'm going to the concert. If it ever comes around my way, I'll be there. SWV and the Xscape concert. Oh, baby, I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to have a good time. I'm going to get my Coco nails. I'm going to wear my oversized clothes. I'm going to have my shades, my door knockers. Oh, I'm going to have a great time. I'm going to be reminiscing, right? Probably going to have a whole family there and besties. I'm going to have a great time. I like both groups. I would love to see them all in a concert. I just think that Xscape is being a bit delusional. Still do. I know so many people who buy followers. Like somebody that I know is mad at me that I haven't bought followers yet. Because when brands look at them, they look at the followers. They don't check to see who's bought and who's not. And that has opened up so many doors for this person. And they're just like, Nikki, you need to do that. And I'm like, I can't. That's my problem. I would love to, but I can't do it. I cannot do it. No, we're actually about to. I spent far too much time on Xscape. So let me get some older comments. Oh, we got a super chat. Hey, lady. Hey, lady. Says, thank you for the super chat. Said that money is coming off the top. It's not coming from Xscape. They brought their own people because SWV does use a costume designer. Oh, okay. I'm telling you, all of this little tidbit of information would have helped to watching the show. But with editing, you got to cut out what you can. Thank you, lady 6916. Tony said, girl, I heard a mix today with TLC and I kept playing that part over and over and over. You should have seen me dancing on the subway. Yet TLC, the Nickies are fighting. TLC can sell at a concert today if they felt like it. Like today. Like they are the biggest girl group of all time. All time. They could do it. En Vogue, yes. En Vogue, yes. I would love to see a concert with TLC headlining, SWV, Xscape, En Vogue, 702. And you know what? Let's close out with Dream. Let's bring Dream. And I know they got one song, but that's okay. It's still nostalgia to the gods. We will eat it up. I would love to see that. But child, with the way these celebrities and their egos are going, I don't think it'll ever happen. I don't think it'll ever happen. Bombshell Blurb said, I'm still confused about how a simple business matter got everyone in their feelings, and now Candy is the villain for bringing it up when there was no manager to represent them. Well, Bombshell Blurb, to answer your own question, there was no manager there to represent them. That's why you have managers. That's why you have agents. So you will not be in that conversation, and you can just be the beloved talent. When you remove that blocker, right? Because the agents and the managers and the lawyers, they're all there to do the business for you. Absolutely, right? But they're also there to be the bad guy if they have to be. So you don't have to be that. But when you remove that and you represent yourself in that manner, you got to be all of those things. That is the issue. No manager. You need one, a good one. Hey, Andrew Gabor said, I like Candy, but just because she wrote No Scrubs doesn't mean that she's right about everything and knows everything about the business. I'll agree with you on that. I will say in that room, no shade, I think she knows more than all of those ladies. I will say that. I think she's a phenomenal businesswoman, and I absolutely think that whatever advice she gives, they should take. Because I don't know anybody that she's put on that hasn't made money. So Steph said, I respect Candy even more for knowing how to negotiate when most women are scared to open their mouth to ask for their worth. Period. Shanti said, woo child, my bad. I was saying Xscape doesn't seem to want to compromise on anything. However, I do agree that Xscape is bringing their resources. Yeah. Let me get Black Lavender and then one more, and then we'll hop into Love at the Lockup. Black Lavender said, and I'm also spending a bit more time on Xscape and SVB because I don't have a lot to say about Love at the Lockup. I will say the show gets a little boring when it's not Monique and Derek heavy, just being honest. Black Lavender said, when Tamika had the receipts and had Tidy Mom to verify everything, Tasha ain't got a leg to stand on. She has to get off this show. She has to get off this show. Busola said someone in the DA's office is definitely I think watching this show and taking notes, which is like, to be honest, this is sad. This is sad. I would give your sister that money. I was going to say and have her recant her statement, but I'm just like, even if she recants, all the information is out there. It's just up to the DA. Oh, this is sad. Porshekula said, Mama Star is right. The only way to recover is to divorce Rocky and make up with her sister and on camera, which is very true. But honestly, guys, if she's in a relationship where there's some kind of mental abuse, you know what I mean? Where it's like, because it looks like something is happening, right? It looks like he has some kind of hold over her. And until she breaks free of that, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know, and especially she got a child with him.
I wouldn't go to jail.
She got a child with him. Oh, this is a mess. Busola says, side note, did everyone hear about the girl who scammed the JP Morgan bank lying about subscribers on her student loan? She got 175. Oh, yes! Jail. Prison. Crazy. Social Stuff said Derek and Monique are the stars, period. They are. And if it's not a Derek and Monique heavy episode, it's not really that interesting because everybody's faking. We're going to end here with Lady 6916 said, Candy said that Coco made more than her group, and Coco said that wasn't true. Candy don't know as much as folks like to believe. Candy works behind her group. She's not producing music groups. How did Coco make more money?
So low.
You know what? Let me tell you something. Coco's gospel album, that Endow Me. Listen, she had to make some money off of that. The way I run Endow Me into the ground, she gotta be eating. She gotta be eating off of that. That gospel album. And what's the other one? Don't Wait Till Midnight. Do y'all remember that song? OMG. I remember travailing to that song. Now I know she making money off that gospel album. You say you love me and you can't live. Come on, Coco. I know she eating off them gospel albums. So that may be true. That may be true. I still am not going to take away from the fact that I think that Candy is a smart businesswoman. I won't take that. I won't take that from her. I'm telling you, whenever that song and JJ Harrison's "You're Gonna Live Forever," I can't listen to those songs and drive. I can't operate a vehicle and listen to those songs because I'm telling you right now, I'm going in the upper room. I'm going in the upper room.
Well, thank you for letting me know so we can switch drivers.
Child, that Endow Me gets me every time. Come on in, Taisha. Whew. Anyway, let's get into Love After Lucky Up. Not Andrea being a prison wife. Did I talk about that with y'all? Andrea, what is going on? And there's been no updates. She's going to say, oh, I've been a prison wife and just leave everybody hanging. Everybody in the comments is like, girl, can you elaborate? What is going on? Poor thing. All Day Finesse, thank you for the super chat. All Day Finesse said, baby Nuck back in jail. Black Bourbon weave lady says she a jail wife again. I cannot believe we're talking about the same thing. Woo, hopefully they come back on the show. I hate that was like my second thought. My first thought was like, girl, what he do? Then my second thought was, are you ever going to be on the show? Listen, they made Love After Lockup. That family was just, it was, Andrea's family was like the best casting I've seen on a reality TV show for a very long time. Just genius casting. I don't know where they went. I don't know why WeTV did not renew their contract. I don't know what happened with that, but their presence has been missed. Thank you, All Day Finesse. Thank you so much. Not really much with Monique and Derek. The only thing that I want to talk about is that I loved hold on. Do I have their pictures? Oh girl, I gotta watch the Real Housewives of New Jersey. I heard it was messy. Not much to say about Monique and Derek. The only thing that I do want to say is that Derek's great grandmother is so precious. She's so precious, and my God, today she loves that boy. She loves that boy. When Derek was leaving, she greased his palm with $500. I was like, well, what kind of great grandmother? I thought she was going to give him a little $20. She gave him $500 and said, is that enough?
Mama, hold it.
Now, Mama, where are you getting this money?
Mama saving her money, no.
She said, is that enough, baby? I said, Derek, don't take that woman's money. But he was like, yeah, that's enough.
That's enough, Big Mama.
That's enough, Big Mama. But she's so beautiful. She's such a beautiful soul. I feel so bad. I feel so bad that Derek does this to her because I know she stresses. I know that Derek stresses her out.
No, she said that girl love you. Don't let your brothers and sisters mess it up.
Period. Amber and Puppy. I will say this. Amber, in my opinion, is the greatest success story that Love After Lockup has ever seen. Because in this episode, we see Amber's friend who has like a chain of restaurants ask her if she wants to be a partner in the next restaurant that he is putting together. We watched this lady go from being in prison for not only being strung out on meth, but selling meth, to coming out literally going on the straight and narrow. Like she was not playing with her freedom or the freedom of the people in her life, right? Like literally put in the work. We watched her be a bus woman, you know what I mean? Cleaning up on tables. She was not allowing Amber, Puppy, or, you know, whoever she was dating at that time to come and mess up that job for her. When her boyfriend picked her up and he was trying to do that fighting with her, she said, let's take this out of this parking lot. Absolutely not. Like she is such a success story. I'm so proud of her. I just wish that she would get a partner that matches her future. I think that's where she messes up, right? And the finding a proper partner for her. But I am so proud of her. I'm like, I cannot believe we are watching this woman about to become a partner in a restaurant. Wow. Congrats, Amber. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. Next, I want for you to be in a relationship with a man that does not look like he tried to overtake the Capitol on January 6th. You deserve so much better. Let's talk about Puppy. In this episode, we see Puppy moving with Queen, and I love Queen. I feel like this show needs to invest more in her because Queen is funny. She, gives us a lot of one-liners, a lot of great facial expressions, and she has great wisdom. I really, really do love it. But I do have a question. Is Queen, what's up with her home? Because everybody that needs a place to stay out of prison stays with Queen. So is this a halfway house? Or is this just her being a really good friend? Either way, I really like her, and I'm glad that we get to see her. Anytime with Queen is just, I cherish it because she's just fun to watch. She is fun to watch, and WeTV, I feel like you should give us more scenes of Queen. Lindsay and Blaine, always a snoozer. Always a snoozer watching Lindsay and Blaine. But let's talk about Bishop, Pastor, Prophet, Deacon Blaine. Were you shocked when he got up there and started all that preaching? I was like, oh my gosh. I can see Blaine being a mega pastor. I could absolutely see him being a mega pastor in the South, leading out with his addiction with so many people, especially in this community, struggling with meth. What is it, K7? What's the other stuff? Meth.
Oh, I don't know.
Is meth heroin?
No,
crack.
Different things.
Meth, heroin, crack. It's a K7, K2. It's something else that's getting the working class white community. I see him like being able to speak to that community and cleaning up. I was so shocked. He got behind that pulpit and praise the Lord, everybody. God has been great to me. I was like, oh, hold on. Are you a natural? I'm concerned. Oh my God. I just thought about Lindsay being the first lady. My God, today. Guys, I'm telling you, they're going to be successful. If that is the road they take, Lindsay and Blaine are going to eat, especially in the South.
Blaine that's on house arrest for forever.
He's going to use that in his message. Mom, you saw when he got behind that pulpit?
I didn't see that.
And he was crying and testifying. I was like, oh, somebody's a natural. Child. Mississippi ain't ready. Mississippi ain't ready. Justine and Michael. Justine. Mom, I'm about to drag your favorite couple. Justine, get your job back, mama. Get your job back. She pregnant. She probably had the baby at this point.
Because the outfits that I keep seeing Justine on, they don't look like maternity. She has something for her.
Well, she probably had the baby, Mom. They filmed the show a while ago. But sis, you need to get your job back. Because do you see how Michael now talks to her that he paying for everything? Girl. Get your job back. Oh, he was getting her together.
No, what happened?
Because he took some money out of their shared account. Mm-hmm. He took, I think he said, was it 12,000? Hold on. Yeah, it was 12K. He took out 12K out of their joint account. And she asked about that money. And Michael was like, oh, I took the money out to get her a ring because I want to propose to her, but I don't want to tell her, right? But he slipped up and told us that the ring was 5K. So where the 7K at, right? But Justine was asking about the money. He was like, I don't got to tell you nothing. I don't got to tell you how I spend the money or anything like that, because he didn't want to let her know that he spent the money on the ring and other stuff. But still, now that Justine ain't working and he's paying for everything, look how he talking to you.
No,
get that job back. You love to defend this toxic couple. Absolutely not. No. He is talking to her like that because he's paying for everything. And when a man pays for everything, he has the power.
No, you don't.
You better get your power, ladies. Get your power. Keep that job. Keep that job. Absolutely not. He talking to her any kind of way.
No,
I don't
you
have to
don't.
tell you how I spend money when I take. Excuse me?
No, you don't. He just trying to do that to
Mom,
no.
where is the 7K?
He used that for the event.
What event?
Girl.
Exactly. Exactly.
He don't have to tell her a damn one thing.
That's the problem.
He is bringing in the money. Stop watching the money.
Get your job back, girl. Get your job
back. She need to have
back.
a little message any old way.
Now who has
my message?
I hope she do. If she don't, her mother got it. Her mother been here before. She got that money. Anyway, did Michael really perform at the Latin Grammys? Because if he did, that's huge. That is really, really huge. He said he performed at the Latin Grammys. He didn't say where he performed. He didn't. He didn't say that. He didn't say if he performed outside, in the back, in the parking lot, in the auditorium. He didn't say where he performed, but he said he performed at the Latin Grammys. Can somebody confirm that? Because that's huge if he did. That is huge if he did.
At the water.
So Michael meets with his mentor. What is this guy's name? What is that mentor's name? You know the guy I'm talking about. Kofa Star. Whoever. He meets with the mentor, the guy who's producing his records, and he lets him know that Justine is pregnant. And the guy's like, oh my goodness, you keep on having kids. Are you serious? And I'm like, I get that, right?
Oh no, I would have let him know.
No, but I feel like the industry has changed. I feel like you could have kids and be married and engaged now, and I don't think it will be a problem. But the guy kept on telling him to take off his ring, and if he takes off his ring, that lets him know that Michael is really serious about being a performer. But I'm just like, in reality, this man is in his mid-30s, right? Everybody knows he already has kids. He's on a freaking TV show. I don't think people are expecting him to wow out. And I feel like there are a lot of, performers, rappers who are not necessarily family men, but have families. They don't really talk about it in their music as much, but I don't see it being a big deal. I really, really don't. I felt like his friend was probably doing a lot for the show, maybe, but I just do not see it being a big deal. But I do agree with his friend, because his friend was like, you're about to have another baby. You can't go on tour. You got to be there for them kids. And I agree. I'm like, where is he touring? He got to first create a relationship again with the kids that he left when he went in prison, and build one with this one that's just coming here and Justine's kids. So how are you going to do all that and tour with this album that you're putting out? Like, now I agree with his friend on that. I did not agree with his friend taking off the ring and looking single. That I didn't. I just felt like we're in a new time, right? Because before, female rappers couldn't be moms, right? But they're showing you now that they can. So I feel like the times are changing on that. But I do agree that Michael is not ready to tour. You got a baby on the way. You just can't do that. And Justine cannot go on the road with you, at least not now. So I do agree with his friend in that, but that's all I agree with. Let's move on to Eris and Cameron. Where's my favorite picture of Cameron? What did I do with that picture? Oh, I'm going to find it again.
Well, he's becoming responsible.
Who?
He's never had to be responsible.
Who?
Eris's husband, Cameron.
How was he becoming responsible? Did you watch this episode?
No.
Child, please. Anyway, I'm glad that Cameron and Eris had a disagreement, and his sisters, who have always been Team Cameron, he told them what happened, and the sisters was like, you were wrong. You need to apologize. I was actually shocked that they said that to him, knowing that they've been Team Cameron this whole time, knowing that their brother is toxic. But I was glad that, I think it was the light-skinned one that likes to wear her boobs out. I think she was the one that gave him the advice to fix it with Eris. And I'm glad that he has at least somebody with some sense who will tell him the right thing to do, because Cameron was wrong. Breaking up her Hobby Lobby stuff. She was like, what happened to the family sign? He was like, I broke it. I'm going to fix it. I'm going to get you a new one. Why did you break that? Because you was doing all that drinking. And I will say this. I listened to some of Cameron's old music. I'm not even going to hate. His old stuff was kind of hitting. This new stuff is not his vibe. This new stuff is not his vibe at all. His older stuff was okay. I would give it a play, just a play. But I'm proud of him. He had a little something going. I thought I would hate it, and I didn't. There was no deadbeat in the Undertaker today. But let's talk about Taylor and Chance. So Grayson, Taylor and Chance's son is here. Poor thing. She ain't gonna have that baby credit up before that baby can crawl. Oh my goodness, poor thing. Poor thing. But they had the baby. And I'm trying to see what else I can say. The baby's healthy. Amen. Because I was just like, do I have anything else good to say? I don't. Immediately, I got afraid for that child's credit score. Immediately. Their father.
Oh, no.
No, seriously, he's going to jack that baby's credit up. Unfortunately, Taylor, you got to hide the birth certificate. Give Chance a fake social security number for your child because he's going to jack that child's credit up. I hope he doesn't, but the way this man is acting, my God, today. I hated the way he treated her as soon as she had the baby. I hate it. Like, get off this show. Please, like, this couple, it's not enjoyable to watch. She's sitting there, like, right after they pull her child out of her vagina. The baby is laid on her chest. She's trying to bond with her freaking child. He's like, give me the baby. Give me the baby. Give it. And she's like, hold on, Chance. Like, as soon as she's given birth, she's already stressed out by this man antagonizing her. I want to have my time too. You didn't do any of the work. How dare you? How dare you? I couldn't believe it. Taylor. Chance, before you come in here fighting my subscribers, you got to admit you were terrible. You got to admit on this episode you were terrible. Like, what? Like, come on, brother. What are you going to defend? What are you going to defend? And then you're leaving your baby, you're leaving your wife and your newborn to go gamble. You can't get mad at me. You cannot get mad at me. So Chance also gets laid off this episode. My God, today. And, like I said before, instead of going to help Taylor, he goes to gamble and get drinks. But I'm the problem. Okay, let's close out with Brittany and Marcelino. I'm going to be completely honest. I love Brittany and Marcelino. They absolutely, at a time with the Jay-Z and Beyonce of this franchise, I think at this point, their life is great. They don't have any more complications or issues. Hooray for them. They got to get off this show. They used to be. Brittany and Marcelino. I think it's time, guys. I think it's time. The drama that you guys are giving us is so poorly acted. I can't even fight for you guys anymore. It's so poorly acted. It's not believable. And that's great. You guys are in a good place. Live in that, bask in that. Did you save the Love at the Lockup checks? They can't give you a spinoff. Brittany and Marcelino, go at it again in Vegas, a family show. I feel like Love at the Lockup at this point has a lot of success stories. They can start branching off and, doing, spinoffs of some of their most successful couples. Like, I would love to see, Amber opening up her restaurant, right? I would love to see that. I would love to see Brittany and Marcelino as a family with no drama. I think they're out of the drama part of their relationship, and that's great. That's great. Please stop trying to fake this stuff.
Keep them out of Vegas.
Marcelino was trying to leave Florida this entire episode, and he still is yet to get in that truck to leave. I can't. I'm done. That's all I wanted to say. What do you guys have to say? Hey, Dear Show Podcast, I'm live. Thank you for being here. Basically, Brittany said, I'm glad that Cameron's sister had Eris's back and told him to apologize and show him that it's time to get it together and get a job and not be in the booth. He needs a 9 to 5, then hit the booth on an off day. He doesn't need to hit the booth anymore. Like, I think it's a wrap. It's a wrap. And that's not saying that you cannot be an older performer. You absolutely can. But I think because of the success of Jay-Z, I think there are a lot of older millennial men who think that, you know what, Cameron is not an old millennial. Cameron is a baby millennial. My God, today. Whoo, prison face is something else. But I just think that there are men who still think that there's a shot. And honestly, there's always a shot if the talent is there. I think that Cameron has lost his essence, because I will say the older stuff was not bad. I didn't hate it. And I just think, you need to take a Derek and Monique route and try to flip this show into something else bigger for you. But I think you need to stay out of the booth. And that's okay. That's okay. Miss Gigi88 said, I side-eyed Michael when he said he thought that he could put the money back before she noticed. Where in the world is he getting $12,000 in a few? Ciao. Robo said, Justine better wake up and stop living in La La Land. She has to. She has to, because I'm like, oh, as soon as you left that job, look how he talking to you, girl. I don't got to tell you about. Yes, you do. That's our joint account. You got to let, and you're taking out $12,000. You're not taking out $36, to get something from Arby's, a family meal from Arby's or from Bojangles. Speaking of Bojangles, my God, today I have been craving a Bojangles biscuit. I should just go to Popeyes and try that strawberry biscuit. Oh, I love me a Bojangles in the South. In the South. Black Lavender said, I was like, what backwoods Arkansas church letting him preach? He has it in him. Blaine has it in him. Me too. I think that Brittany and Marcelino had a great storyline when it was real. I would even say I would not mind them faking stuff that already happened, but I just think that life is just good for them right now and they don't have any drama. And that is an amazing place to be at in life. So it's very hard for them to fake anything. It really, really is. I do. I'm not a fan of it. Because the thing about it is all of them are still active in the church. A lot of them are still active in the church. So we're never going to get the church mess that I think people are tuning in for, right? It's like this very surface level stuff. And I'm like, this would be a great show on TBN, on Daystar, not on no freaking WeTV. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I hope so, lady 6916. I hope that Big Mama is just giving him back the money he gave her to hold. Maybe that's it. I hope that that's the case, because I'm just like, what great grandmother is giving out $500? Hood great grandmother is giving out $500. Is grandmama slinging?
No, she has money. Older people have money.
They do, but they don't be giving out 501 thing and saying, do you need more?
You don't know that.
Or is that my experience?
Well, I mean, just because your grandmother had money.
Yeah, but she would always give me a little 20. And I'm an adult. I'm an adult. I would take it because I'm just like, that's what the grandmamas do. That's what the grandmamas do. But she was the one that put me on a La Crusade and like Williamson and all those places. So she was a great gift giver. But when it came to the cash, $20 was her limit. Black Lavender said, Blaine's and Lindsay, with a raggedy, boring storyline, they don't need to be on there no more. They don't. But Bishop Blaine shocked me. I will say that. That's what she said on her Instagram, Busola. That's what she said. Juby, and I'm so proud of her. I am so proud of Amber. I am so proud of her. Black Lavender said, Chance gonna have Taylor and them kids living out of a cardboard. Oh, I hope not. I don't think Taylor's youngest will allow it. She did. She did. It looked healthy, though. It didn't look like something was going on. So it looked like she probably stopped drinking or, just made better decisions for herself. But I like her. I like Queen. I would love to see more of her. Brittany said, had Mo on the phone, crying her heart out and pouring it out, and the lady stressing her with their relationship problems. Sure did. Sure did. Oh, Busola said, OMG, remember Vince from Amber's first season? Happy for Amber with the restaurant, right? Look how her life turned around, and look at Vince. Look at Vince and look at Amber. Wow. K2, Roro. Thank you. Thank you. So Steph said the fans went off on WeTV Instagram page for bringing back Brittany and Marcelino. Like, they were good when they were good, but it's like now life is too good and they just can't fake stuff like they used to. Miss T said, Blaine, testify. Can't take the show on the road for at least 3 years. But when he does, I'm telling you, I see it. Is it Keta mine or mine? Not Beck. But yeah, Fenelon. Yes. I'm telling you, he will, that community will listen because he's a part of it, right? He's been in it. And then Lindsay, I'm telling you, they have a testimony. And Blaine has the charisma. And unfortunately, Lindsay has the spirit of a first lady. Nasty. Not saying that all first ladies are nasty. A lot of them are, though, right? She gives Giselle. It's on them. It's on them. It's on them. I feel like she is. I'm like, why every time somebody get out of prison, they ain't got nowhere to say they can stay with Queen? She might be running a halfway house. She might be. Justine said, so Steph said, Justine and Michael are so damn immature. She was on live yesterday. Oh, she's still pregnant. Okay. Oh my goodness. How old is the baby, too? I feel like she's been pregnant a minute. Anyway, crack. That's what he's talking about. We got to be realistic here. Stock where? Where? Stock in dope. Oh my gosh. Oh, she's doing June. Okay. So that makes sense. That makes sense. Because he said that, and I'm like, Michael, that's huge. That's huge. Who can confirm that? Who can confirm that? Mocha, that's what his name is. Thank you, Sugar Cane. Mocha is annoying. Being married doesn't affect the fan base now. Yeah, I'm like, Mocha, if you've been in the business this long, don't you know that actually works for people? I agree, NTR. For what reason? Maybe because he knows that Justine is just here for Michael. I don't know. But it's very, very weird. Very, very weird. Very nasty. And Michael allows it, Miss T. Michael allows it. And that's problematic. Miss T also said Justine's mom told her having a baby right now would stop her from going on tour. It would. Like, she can't travel with that baby. And I don't know if she is. They were doing appearances back in the day. So we'll see. Oh, Tia Bia said, well, I heard he got locked up before the Latin Grammys aired. So I don't know if he was scheduled to perform and then got locked up or what. You know what? Something is going on with my phone. Because I'm getting a lot of messages, but no sound. So something going on. Something is going on. He looked just like him. He looked just like him. Oh, So Steph said, looks like Cameron has a song with gunplay that was on Love and Hip Hop. Wow. Maybe he's just showing us the not so good stuff on this show to maybe release the good stuff later. I don't know. But the stuff I'm seeing now, I'm like, that's not as good as some of your old stuff. So we will see. I cringed. That lady just gave birth and she was stressing out over handing her child to Chance. And it was so like, give me the baby. Give me him. I'm like, is the umbilical cord still attached? Like, he just got out. And you already got the baby in all kinds of mess already. Already. Oh my gosh. Yes. Wouldn't even let the baby bond with her. Oh my goodness. Ryan says Chance ignorant self took the baby from Taylor during skin to kin. Oh, skin to skin. I hated that moment. Roro said I was triggered when he grabbed that baby. They should have put a warning. Yes, unbelievable. I would have fought him with your chow. I just don't know what's going on in that man's mind. I don't know what's going on in that man's mind. He just doesn't make good choices. He really, really doesn't. Sugar cane, it was awful. It was awful. And then leave her to go get some drinks and gamble. But you wanted to take the baby right out her womb and connect with it. I felt like he wanted to connect with the child before she did. I can't talk about him. I cannot talk about him. I can't. Tia Bia said, get rid of Britt and Marcelino. I'm tired. They've done what they can do with this show. Brittany and Marcelino, that is not a read. You guys are in a great place. That is not a read. You can't fake being in this drama anymore because life is good. That is awesome. That is awesome. They should have. If they could get their acting game up, I would want to see them again. But I just don't believe anything that they do anymore. Yes, there could be so many great spinoffs from this show. I don't know why we haven't had them yet. We got Grown in Gospel before we got an Andrea and Lamar spinoff. Like, how does Grown Up Hip Hop keep on having all these spinoffs, but not your biggest show, which is Love After Lockup? That's crazy to me. Miss T said Michael and Cameron both almost took off right before they ruined it, and they just can't let it go. They are frozen in time. That's probably exactly what it is, because that does happen to a lot of people who come out of prison, right? I've heard that said before about prison, that you are like frozen in time. Like you're in the time capsule, and then when you get out, the world has moved on, but you haven't. Like you stopped. Everything stopped for you when you went into prison. So I remember we talked about it before with Yellowbone, Chevelle and Quaylon. Remember them? Chevelle was so upset that Quaylon was so immature, but I'm like, he went into prison when he was 17. He's older, but he's still 17. You know what I mean? Like life just pretty much stopped for him. And remember when he came out of prison, he was so amazed by how everything had changed. So that does happen. That does happen. That's probably what Michael and Cameron are dealing with. I wish somebody on that show had the wherewithal to voice that. C. Graham said, now just seeing gonna be barefoot and pregnant at home with Michael while Michael tours. He knows what he's doing. And he said that he want to have more kids. Insanity. Listen, preaching the house down. He moved me. I was like, oh, Blaine, you got it in you. You got it in you. Nice. My grandmother never got the chance to do that for me, but I absolutely believe she would. I absolutely believe that she would. I felt so bad. Like as soon as I moved out to LA, she went on to glory. But she was trying to come out here because I got my first apartment. And she wanted to help me decorate it and all kinds of things. I know she would be, I know she would have had me in all kinds of stores. I know she would have bought me my first La Crusade. Yeah, like, you better cherish that, Derek. You better cherish that. Busola said, Chance is a vampire. He has sucked the joy and out of Taylor's life, and she let him. Yeah, I think there's something's going on with her. I really, really do. Because it's just like he's giving you so many red flags, and you just still continue to stay in this relationship with him. And even your kids are like, what are you doing? But she just can't see it. I think, especially since we met her dad, I think for her, it's bad love is better than no love at all. Especially her being someone who has lost, the love of her life, still dealing with that, because she still breaks down every time she talks about her ex, not her ex, the man that she was with, that died. Like, she's still really heartbroken by that. And I think that Chance came into her life when she was still mourning him, because she currently still is, even though she's with Chance, and just was able to take over because she was just in such a vulnerable place, unfortunately. Unfortunately, Miss T said Chance knew he wasn't going to stay very much longer and had to hold the. Probably. Probably. Hey, Kathy. Kathy said, Nikki, you got me through my first shift at work, the drive home. Now I'm relaxed at home, still enjoying this live. I'll shower when the live ends. Oh, thank you for being here. Breezy said, Heather from Heather and Dylan needs her own show. That girl is crazy. I follow her on Instagram and YouTube. Better than Love at the Lockup. You know what? I think that something's going on there with her. I'm very concerned for her and for her kids. But because I'm like, if she has primary custody, what's going on with the father? I wouldn't watch her if she wasn't in a healthy state of mind. And I feel like something is happening. I am in no place to diagnose her. I just, the behavior is throwing me. It's throwing me. Mellow Vibes, I have not. Is it on Hulu or Netflix? I have not watched it. Miss T said, not Cameron being proud of fitting. Oh, yeah. I love how he embraces it. Go ahead, Short King. So Steph said, Taylor needs an Ayanla wake-up call. I don't think that anybody, can help her, to be quite honest with you. I always have thought that she is somebody who was stunted in a place where she was at a place in an age where she was traumatized. And I think, unfortunately for her, she just continues to get people in her life who take advantage of her because she's so naive and because she's so giving. And it's really sad. And just like Tamika from Xscape, I feel like her daughters are going to grow up and become the protector that her mother never had and always needed. Especially that youngest. Oh, that youngest is already speaking. Baby. Them girls are going to protect their mother. They're doing it now. Wait till they become of age. Ciao. We're going to end with So Steph. So Steph said, I hope she gets it together for the sake of her kids. We all do. I hope she will. If not, unfortunately, but fortunate for her, her daughters are going to protect her. And they're just babies. But I think that's what's going to happen. Anyway, Star fam, let me get out of here. Thank you all for joining me. I know this was at the last minute, but there's so many shows out right now that we have to talk about. And I wanted to just catch up as much as I can because tomorrow we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I probably won't be on as long because it's Good Friday. I forgot about that. So I'll get on here, but I'll probably hop off real quick because you can't be too messy on Good Friday. Anyway, love you all. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon for something else. Bye, Star fam. This was fun. Even